Hey guys, welcome to episode number 16 of the Derby Current Life, and to start this episode, we are about to go into the game against Chelsea in the FA Cup round of 5, meaning we're only a few games away from the final now, so it's really not too long left in the season. Obviously we're in the round of 16 of the Champions Cup as well, and if we advance we'll both go to the quarters in this cup and in the Champions Cup, so that's what we can hopefully do in this episode. Both the cup games bookending the episode. We've got Chelsea to kick it off, then Watford, Man United, Man City, and then Roma to finish it off probably. I think this episode is going to be one of the best because of how much is on the line. Like, it could dictate how our season goes in the Premier League, and it could dictate how our season goes in the Champions Cup and the FA Cup. So hopefully we can kick it off well at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. They are currently second in the Premier League, so clearly doing quite well all in all this season. And they have just bought Higuain, so they've got a brand new striker. They're only 5 points behind us now. We have got a bit of a gap, I must say. That it's kind of good that we've got that gap, because obviously with City and Man United coming up in this episode, they both will be tough games, and we could still potentially be top by the time all the Premier League games are done in this episode. So let's go into this first game. There is obviously the issue to Dolberg. He's out for the rest of the season, and Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to be out for another 6 weeks. So we are starting to slowly thin the squad out. I will be using our white kit, and yeah, there's a few issues because he's technically their player. I don't know if we should use Tammy against Chelsea, because in the past, in the last like 4 or 5 games we played against Chelsea, I've not used Tammy at all. But if we don't use him, then we'd be looking at something like this, with very little on the bench and Danny Ings starting. And I don't know if I really want to do that, but I think rules are rules, really. I can't really use a player that is currently on loan from Chelsea against them. Here we are then at Stamford Bridge for the FA Cup tie against Chelsea. Looks like they've got a pretty strong lineup. Looking at their team then, they have got that 5 at the back, which we do kind of struggle against at times. Courtois in goal, Karsdorp, Matt Mieza, Marquinhos, David Luiz, Grimaldo, Kante and Baker. Baker seems to be doing quite well this season. Berardi on the right, Kennedy, and Morata down the middle. Very good attack, of course. Both, all 3 of those attackers are probably touching 90s by now. Like Berardi starts as an 82 and he's got like a 90 potential. Same with Kennedy. I think he goes up to like an 85, 86. And Morata's just absolutely fantastic. So it is a pretty weak team as well. We've got a completely different defence other than Stark and Fontana. And then the attack of Danny Ings, I'm not too convinced about that, but we'll have to wait and see. We have got Schürrle on the bench, who can obviously do quite nicely against his former club. Chelsea in the box here. Don't want to concede an early goal, but it has been taken off the post. In the first 5 minutes, Berardi, I thought it was Karsdorp, so I stuck it on his left foot, and then I realised as he took the shot it was in fact Berardi, who is the number 28. Karsdorp's got number 38 and then Berardi number 28, so just got confused for a second. Probably should have stuck him on his right foot, but it's just poor defending really, and not the best of starts we were looking for. First goal for him in the FA Cup. I think he is a pretty recent signing. Danny Ings there straight away. Can he get the shot off? Yes, he can. Courtois saves it. It's a great save, actually. Into Simon now. If we can get an early reply, that would be great. Tom Lawrence with the goal. Literally straight away. 3 minutes after conceding the first goal, we've got back into it, and this is going to be a really thrilling game. I can just tell the way how open it is. Midfielders pushing up quite high, and nice ball inside from Simon, and just as good as a finish from the Welshman to make it 1-1. Chelsea with the ball here. Karsdorp out wide. Schürrle's trying to get it off him, but he can't. Berardi with the header at the back post. I don't know how Afora has not won that. They're similar-ish height, but Afora's a lot taller, so I really don't know how Berardi's got the second there, and put us into a bit of a pickle. It's a pretty nice cross, but I think Afora could have done a lot better there, and he simply didn't, and that's his second goal in this cup. I'm going to take off Simon because he's pretty much dead now. We'll bring on Mason Bennett, and you see, bringing on Vidra and then going 2 strikers probably the wisest thing to do here, because we do need the goal and we are struggling to get anything going. And there it is, full time against Chelsea. Berardi the difference between the 2 teams, and we're out of the FA Cup. We were really poor up front, I must say. Like, the annoying thing is Chelsea have 1 shot on target. Obviously it came off the post at the start of the game, but yeah, we were pretty poor up front. Maybe we should have kept Tammy in, but it's like, it's a rule. Like, if you've got a player on loan from a parent club, they don't play against that parent club. But apparently, yeah, you don't know that. It's such a simple thing. But yeah, we're out of the FA Cup. It does give us the chance to concentrate a little bit more on the league now. Make sure we get the Premier League locked down. And the Champions League as well. If we can get to the semis, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know how unoriginal the injuries are at the moment, but we are literally getting identical injuries at the moment. We've got another one, a broken toe, out for 2 months. What I'm going to do is just change the injury frequency thing on my sliders, because it seems like it just doesn't seem to be wanting to... Oh, I've changed it. Oh no, it's mine, isn't it? User. Right. It seems to literally do the identical injury each time, and the ACL. That's the only two that happen. There's no 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. It's just either 2 months or, like, stupidly long. So I'm just going to change that, because we are quite bad now with injuries, and it's a little bit boring that there were identical injuries constantly. Into the next game then, at Vicarage Road against Watford. Still got some injuries, of course, and yeah, the squad's just slowly getting smaller and smaller. I think I will use our black kit for this game against their lovely yellow one. Tammy's back into the team. I think I'm going to have to put Schürrle on the left. I will put Hughes back into the 11 as well. I think, is this? Yeah, this is actually the second one, so let me put that one in. Just to get all of our first team defence back in. And yeah, as I said, it's slowly thinning out the squad. Now we've got two of our big attacking players as well. Like, there's no defenders injured, it's just the ones that score the goals for us. Here we are then against Watford at Vicarage Road. Looking at their team, they've gone for Greedy in goal, our former goalkeeper, Gomez, Cabaselli, Martin Zindi, Ramirez, and the holding midfielders of Agbo and Shalabar. Cornet, Pereira and Richarlison and Daniel Sturridge up front. We've obviously got Vidra, Hughes, and I think that's everyone. Yeah, I think that's everyone who used to play for Watford. So we've got a couple in there. Hopefully they can do the job against their former club, and hopefully Guidi's not too good. Simon's beating off the defender there to get to the ball. He's through on goal now. Can he get the shot off? Yes, he can. And that's what we missed in that game against Chelsea. No point where, because Chelsea played the 5 at the back, there's that gap that Simon can just run into. And in the 3 at the back, there's obviously a centre-back just stood there, but in the 4 at the back, it's very easy for him to get that goal. And he's done it many a time this season, on the left and the right this time, and makes it 1-0 early on. Back inside to Schürrle. Has he got the space? Yes, he does. Now into Vidra with the shot and with the goal. Matai Vidra with an absolute strike against his former club. Kind of got, like, the way he left the club wasn't very nice in a way, like, for saying what he did for the club, and then they just didn't really give him a chance in the Premier League. It's a little bit strange, but obviously they chop and change managers each season, Watford, so it's very difficult for any player to be settled there, and yeah, he's absolutely spanked that into the back of the net to make it 2-0. To probably get us the 3 points. I don't think there's much of a chance. 11th goal this season. I think it's been a while since he last scored as well. There it is, full time against Watford. Simple 2-0 victory in the end has made the difference, and we got the 3 points, of course. Wasn't the most thrilling of the games, only 2 shots for each team. Next game then against Manchester United. If you look at the top goal scorers, Jesus seems to be running away with it at the moment. I think he's actually just got the Player of the Month, if I'm correct. There he is, yeah. So he seems to be running away with that, and we have got Manchester City after this game, so it'll be interesting to see if we can control him or not. I'd like to get Vidra at least in the top 3, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, we still need to keep winning, because, well, we dropped some points, and it's going to be very difficult to keep the top position. So as long as we get a point in this game, I'll be more than happy. Obviously, Che Adams still out injured, of course, and I think I'll give Man United their black kit. Here we are then against Manchester United. It looks like they've got a bit of a weaker team as well. They've got James Wilson up front, De Gea in goal, Bustos, Smalling, Lindelof, Suarez, Matic, and I don't know who that other holding midfielder is. Mkhitaryan, Martial, Dimabe, and James Wilson, as I said, the former Derby man, up front. So yeah, we've got Lawrence, we've got Darmian in the team, obviously both former Man United players. I've got Mason Bennett on the right due to fitness, obviously. We haven't got too much out wide options, so one more injury and we're kind of buggered. And Tammy, has he got one last attack? He's got the shot off and it's in the back of the net. Literally last kick of the first half then to get into the lead. Did miss the earlier penalty and he's redeemed himself now with that goal. Nice bit of play, nice ball from Bennett, and a good touch, goes around Lindelof, across the keeper, and in the back of the net. He's really inconsistent, I must say. That's his 5th goal this season, And I know he's not been playing much because of Dolberg, and before that we were playing Danny Ings, I think, and maybe even Che Adams. Like we've played a lot of people there, but occasionally he's quite decent. Ball goes into the middle. It's in a great space, and Martial's there to make it 1-1 in about the 70th minute, I think. The ball hasn't been out of play for a good, like literally since the half-time whistle, and I don't know where my centre-backs were, really. Acres of space in the middle on the penalty spot, and that's his 7th goal this season. There we go, full-time against Man United. I wanted a draw, and in the end, that's what we got. We were really poor off the bench. Like, our options were pretty poor. Really annoying that that penalty was saved, of course, because that would have been the difference. And that one chance from Martial was literally the only chance United got, but when you're one of those big teams, that's all you need. Next game then against Manchester City, currently 6th, but very close to getting to that top 4. Obviously Jesus, the top goal scorer in the league, is going to be a lot of danger for us, and we've still got quite big injury problems, so it's one of them where we may just want to take the draw and go for that. Here we are then against Manchester City. Looking at their team then, they've gone for that 5-3-2. Edison in goal, Semedo, Otamendi, Eric Dyer, Rugani Kazawa, Douglas Luiz, Naby Keita, De Bruyne, and Aspas and Jesus up front. Very good attack, it seems, because they are the top goal scorers in the league. It's a great ball over for Simon to run into. Problem is when he does play 5 at the back, it does struggle, but he's cut inside nicely. Now into Vidra with the shot, and with the goal, Mata Vidra. That's, I think, what we need to do. Just take a little bit more time when our wingers are running in, cut inside like that, and just look for the option. It's a great finish. Really good start against Manchester City, and what we needed. And that is his 12th goal this season. Still 6 goals off Jesus, though. Jesus on the attack here. City men getting into the box. It's gone into the middle, and Gabriel Jesus with the setup, and De Bruyne with the goal. It seems to be the other way around than normal. But yeah, like, I should have really just done that with wisdom instead of pulling Dunk out wide. Just completely messes up the entire defence, and that is his 4th goal this season. I don't mind a point against City. They're one of the best teams in the league, of course, but we do need to stop getting some of these wins. There we go, full time against City. It is a 1-1 draw again against the Manchester club. But yeah, I don't mind it, especially with the big injuries we've had at the moment. Like we don't really have much depth, but again, literally one good chance from the Manchester club, and they've managed to nick a point. Bit of training then, and Mason Bennett's gone to a 77 rated player. I'd say that's about where he is, to be honest. And there's players like Jadon Sancho is a similar rating, and he's got a 90 potential. So I'd say we've done quite well with Mason Bennett, all in all. But we have got the game coming up against Roma. For some reason, we're not on track. I'd love to know where the board think we're going wrong when we're top of the table, and probably going through to the next round of the Champions Cup. And it is, oh yeah, youth development. But the problem is it's a high thing, but I don't really care. We should get that done in this game, and we should be easily to be able to get a Europa League spot, that's for sure. And that should be done at the end of the season. So it's literally only them, and I really don't care about the board objectives. So we are going to go into this next game against Roma. Still got some injuries, of course. I'm hoping Oxlade-Chamberlain comes back in the next episode, because, well, I'd like him for the last few games. We're going to give him their away kit, I think. Yeah, why not? Here we go then, second leg against Roma. We are playing a 5 at the back with Simon and Abraham up front, Thorne, Hughes and Pellegrini in the midfield. Looking at their team then, they've gone for that 4-3-3. Allison in goal, Michelin, Dudlik and Rojo at the back, Danny Rose, Gonalon, Strootman, Jamie Hansen, Pereira, Sanabria and Castelleggio on the right hand side. Very good team, I must say. Like one of the better career mode teams I've seen this save, and it's going to be interesting how they come out. If they come out and get an early goal, we might want to change to a 4 at the back. It's a great ball over for Simon. Has he got the pace to go through and get goal and get us through to the next round? It's gone back to Tammy. Now with the shot and with the goal, we are through to the quarters. I don't think they're going to get 3 goals in 30 minutes, so you can pretty much confirm it. That first half was very dull indeed. Like, we were literally playing very simple, but as Roma have come out now, found the space, and Abraham gets us into the lead in the game, and 4-1 on aggregate. Nice turn by Tammy. It's gone inside. Can he get the shot off though? He's taken it, and it's in the back of the net. That is a lovely little goal from Tammy. I've not scored many like that, and gets his second and pretty much confirms it there. I'm going to make the subs at this point. Take off Hughes, rest him up of course, and probably stick Danny Ings up front for Simon. Tommy nicks it off the man. He's waiting for the run of Mason Bennett. Can he slide it through? Just about got there. Can Mason Bennett get a goal in the Champions Cup? Yes, he can. And it's starting to be quite embarrassing indeed. 6-1, as Roma have obviously got a lot to do. They're just on all out attack now. And on the counter, I'm finding it very easy indeed. Bennett through here. Can he get a second? I'd kind of like to get Tammy his hat-trick, but I don't think it's really an option. But I have won a penalty as I took the shot there. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Seems to be quite a few English players in this Roma side, but we've got 5 minutes to get a goal for Tammy and get his hat-trick in the Champions Cup. He's on it, but can he tuck it away? He did miss the penalty against Man United, but he has took this one away, and he's got his hat-trick. 7-1 in aggregate, and it'd be kind of cool if, like, in a way, I don't know how it would work, but like whoever won the best by the most goals would get an easier draw. But obviously it's all random, and we'll have to see who we get in the next round. There we go, full time against Roma. We are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions Cup, and obviously Tammy winning that for us with a nice hat-trick. We didn't actually need to score, but obviously it helps us on aggregate, and hopefully we get an easy draw. So as you can see, there's teams such as Bayer Leverkusen, wouldn't mind them in the next round. Dortmund and Real Madrid currently drawing, Juventus win, Man United win, Atletico win, and Chelsea and Villarreal are drawing, and Barcelona and Liverpool are drawing. So apparently West Ham have paid the release clause here for Sessuan Cambo. It depends though on whether he wants to join them, of course. I do like him, I must say. We probably could have got a better contract and sorted out that release clause, but at the same time, his wage would go up quite a bit. We've also got an offer here for Brandon Lee from West Bromwich Albion. I will be accepting that as, well, he hasn't featured at all, of course, and that's quite a nice offer. So there we go, Sessuan Cambo has been sold, giving us an extra 3.7 million. I don't know if I could actually do pre-contract signings right now. So with that money I've just got, and we've got some players on international duty, and I'm pretty sure I saw, yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, even though he's literally just got back from injury. A little bit frustrating, but hopefully he doesn't get injured on international duty. But it's good to see that we've got a wide range of players out. And, yeah, I don't know if we can actually use this money to sign pre-contracts. I don't think we could. Maybe one. I don't know if it's doable or not, but that'd be kind of cool. Also, Brandon Lee has been sold, so that means both players have gone. Oxlade-Chamberlain back from injury. I don't know where that money goes, though, because, like, we're not anywhere. It's not been added to the budget, I think. Maybe it has, actually. Yeah, we've added it to the budget. Okay, so if we just move this over, we might be able to get one decent pre-contract signing. It's just whether they're signing on bonuses. So we'll kick off the next episode with the game against Forest, then Arsenal, then Burnley, then Newcastle. We may get this game against Man United, who we have been drawn against in the quarterfinals of the Champions Cup. Now, we did draw at home against Man United, but we had quite a few injury problems, so by this time hopefully Che Adams is back, hopefully well, Oxlade-Chamberlain is definitely back, so we'll have a bit of a stronger team. And I must say that 5-3-2, when you are currently leading, you play counter-attacking football and there is nothing the AI can do. I must say Man United is a tough draw, but I'm quietly confident that we can get through to the semis. But it is a very packed month, I must say. April, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in 5 weeks. So we are going to end off this episode here. As you can see by the table, we have been knocked off top, but we have got a game in hand. So as long as we win that next game against Forest, who I think are in the relegation zone at the moment, should be quite easy. We've got Max Lowe to go to an 81. It's great to see him still growing. And, of course, Mason Bennett, both quite decent players now. When we didn't really use them at the start of this career mode, but they've slowly grown into good players. So yeah, I'm just going to have a look at the table because I'd like to see where Forest are, because if they are in relegation, yeah, they're in the relegation. So should be quite a nice easy start to the next episode, get us back to top, and it would be really cool if we won the Premier League, but I kind of would prefer the Champions Cup. I don't know, what do you guys think? Leave us a comment down below on what you would prefer to win, like if I should put all my eggs into the Champions League, all of them into the Premier League. Let me know in the comment section down below, and see you soon. Bye.